For the people of Ekinrin-Ade in Kogi State, the annual New Yam Festival is much more than celebration of the season of harvests. The festival, now christened Ekinrin-Ade Day, is used as an event that fosters togetherness and unity as sons and daughters of the town from far and near attend to discuss issues of mutual interest. This year's celebration is not short of this, as you will see in this story by TVC News' Moyo Thomas.
Ekinrin-Ade, a community in Ijumo local government area of Kogi State, was recently a beehive of activities as indigenes of the community from within and outside the country came together to celebrate Ekinrin-Ade Day. The day, which has been celebrated annually over the years, was set aside as a meeting point for all indigenes in a bid to foster unity and togetherness and celebrate a culture that binds them all together. What sets Ekinrin-Ade apart is a major development in the community, purely driven by the efforts of the indigenes. How the Ekinrin-Ade Day was conceived and how it has grown in significance since its inception is surely a source of pride to the people of the community.
Ekinrin-Ade Day is a sort of awareness about to know how we are together, to cement together the love, unity, and cohesiveness of Ekinrin-Ade, so that we bond together and come together and affect our developmental efforts.
The significance of today's event is to showcase our cultural heritage, and at the same time, for the development of the town, we have to call for donation of funds to carry out some projects in the village.
Was to find a day in the year where everybody will grant to and come to the square to relax. We are primarily farmers, and everybody will go to the farm and will not return until Sunday, and after worship they return. But this day was set aside for them not to go to anywhere. They relate at home, eating the new yam in the festival, and at the same time celebrate ourselves. It has grown over the years, and by the grace of God today, it has become a national event whereby people come from all walks of life to join us. It is no longer restricted to the indigenes of the community. Other communities join us, and later other states. So it has become a national event.
It's a time we come together because Ekinrin-Ade is known for self-help development. Because we are very few, most of the things you have around here are we contributed 1 naira, 2 naira from here. Like this secondary school you see now, this high school, the first secondary school in Ijumo local government. It was built through communal efforts. So it's a time we come together, rejoice together, and call our friends of the community, and they contribute, help us in developing the community. It's about development.
We used to be #1 in local land, in education, in everything. We are noted for Ekinrin-Ade. It's a day that we all clamor to see. Every year, anywhere we are happy that Ekinrin-Ade Day is coming. All of us would like to come home to celebrate. So it's a very important day to every one of us in Ekinrin-Ade.
This year's celebration was very significant as the people of the community decided to adopt a cultural attire that will symbolize their identity, and this was officially launched at the 2022 Ekinrin-Ade Day. Men, women, both young and old, adorn the attire with pride, as to them it signifies royalty.
You know, when you see a Benue man, when you see that cap, you know that this is a Benue person. So when Olori came up with that idea that he wants to go for such thing, I said, okay, it's a good idea. So she came to the council, Ade council, because we have to give her approval before anything can be done in the community. So immediately he came, everybody, we keyed into it.
I have thought over it severally that we should have our identity, so that when you see somebody afar off tying the head tie or the cap or the muffler, you should be able to tell that this is my brother. So when the innovation came, I called some people to partner with me so that we can bring it to limelight. Then we had the consent of the Ade in council, and here we are today.
These colors you can see, there's gold, there's red, there's blue. You can easily say royalty, life, love, all represented in this. So this attire speaks about royalty, it speaks about unity, it speaks about unity of purpose, it speaks about love for hegemony and for family. So it's quite well thought out. There's a lot of thinking behind it, and the choice, I think I agree with it, because it's quite beautiful.
One of the highlights of the day was the conferment of chieftaincy titles and awards in recognition of the tremendous contributions of indigents to communal development. All recognized indigents were also presented with a staff of office and certificates.
I am proud, I am pleased, I am elated to be a recipient of a chieftaincy award from my roots. It just recognizes the little input that one has been able to put into my Jerusalem, and I see this as a catalyst to speed up more interest, more zeal to do more for Ekinrin-Ade.
It was defining enough about the little contributions I've made. And it's not about to celebrate one, but for the people to say, oh, you have done remarkably well, and they think you deserve something. And I just believe that what was done to us yesterday was a challenge, and it remains a challenge for us to do more and to continue to explore ways and means and opportunities to make further contributions to the development of the community and the Nigeria project in general.
The chief, you see, if I say chief, I have received so many chieftaincy, but the one that is most paramount to me as of today is the one given by my community. And so I'm the Olugbayi, Otumba Olugbayi of Ekinrin-Ade land.
My expectations are very, very high. Very, very high. In a very short time from now, we hope that this event that we are witnessing today will become a global event. Many of our friends from abroad who are not colored like us, they will come from Europe, they will come from the Americas, and they will join us on a day like this.
The culture and tradition of the people of Ekinrin-Ade were displayed in dances. Different groups in the community danced to pay homage to the paramount head, His Royal Majesty Oba Olu Anthony Bamigbaye Idowu, Ahimaworo I, Olu-Ade of Ekinrin-Ade, with some of the groups bearing new yams and other harvests. Even masquerades also paid homage. This year's festivities will remain indelible in their minds. This is even more significant as opportunities to mark festivities such as this has continued to reduce due to increasing insecurity in Nigeria. Moya Thomas, TVC News.
Julius Jerusalem, tell us about Ekinrin-Ade.
Well, it's a celebration that usually brings together the sons and daughters of Ekinrin-Ade from all walks of life. Every year, people come from the US, from the UK, from all parts of the world to be part of this. And more innovations are being brought into it to make it something that is difficult
memorable
for our people to ignore. You know, when it's difficult to ignore, you are guaranteed of good attendance, and that's what we are seeing. They've introduced the mountain hike competition, introduced this last year, and we are seeing more and more of our people taking part in it. When it comes to communal efforts, there are very few communities where people are prepared to sacrifice like Ekinrin-Ade. As the traditional ruler said, the first secondary school in the Ejumo Kingdom, in the Ejumo local government, is the Baptist High School. And Baptist High School was built strictly through communal effort. It wasn't government that built the school, it wasn't the missionaries. The people came together to build their school, all by themselves. And we've seen...
Papa and Mama.
Yeah, yes, and we've seen even roads being constructed. So when the traditional ruler comes in and he says, my people, let us do this, you see people jumping, you know, to support the traditional ruler and ensure that his mandate is upheld. So that way, progress is being made. What you saw in December last year, if you go back home now, you are not going to see it. The community is lit up. You have like solar lights everywhere. The road running through the community has been tarred thanks to Honorable Abiodun Faleke, a worthy son of the town. He has tarred the major road running through the community. And there are solar lights.
Remember representing Ikeja Federal Constituency?
Yes, and there are solar lights provided through the hard work of General Okshanopin, the former commander of Brigade of Guard during the Obasanjo regime, you know, just to make the place look beautiful at night. So it's a place that you want to be, and I advise you to come with us to celebrate the next Ekinrin-Ade Day, which is next year.
If we have communities, they won't be waiting for government. If you have cream de la cream of that community coming together every year to evaluate what is happening in the society, not just waiting for government to fix everything.
Actually,
it's time to bring back.
From time immemorial, this festival is a very common thing across many communities, especially in the southwest and where the Yoruba, and even in the eastern part of the country. It's about unity of the people. It's about common spirit. When you are talking about Yam Festival, you know, usually comes around June, July, when the new yam is coming out. So we are talking about fertility of the land, fertility of women. So it's a festival that people attach a lot of importance to. In many communities, this tradition is gone. But I'm happy that we still have some communities that are able to sustain, you know, this kind of tradition. And I'm not surprised if you look at the history of Ekinrin-Ade, which dates back to about 12th century. They left Ife around that time, during the reign of Aworo-Olokun. So it's one of the oldest cities in the world. I can say that confidently. And I'm glad that they still sustain this tradition and they still ensure that the tradition does not die. So it's about our heritage. And I can tell you these are things that we expect people to support because it's about tourism. People travel from here to Brazil to watch festivals. if we give institutional support to this kind of festivals, it can attract a lot of, people from all over the world. So I'm very happy, and I congratulate the people of that community that they are able to, see stage this kind of festival. I think it's a lesson for so many communities that have allowed this festival to die. So congratulations to the people of Ekinrin-Ade.
It says a lot about the traditional ruler.
Yes,
if they can sustain this kind of thing,
we are lucky,
attracting more people.
We are lucky to have a traditional ruler who is young, was my senior in secondary school. He's young, he's brimming with ideas, he's digitally wired, and he's the architect of a lot of the good new things coming into the town. And the sky relay is his target. And thankfully, he also has someone like my dad, the Ekinrin-elect of Ekinrin-Ade, who was his teacher. And
was the King's Oba's teacher?
Yes, in secondary school. My dad was his teacher, and my dad provides all the support that he needs. They are working together for the progress of the town, and the results are there for everyone to see. As I said, if we visited the town last December, go there this year, you'll be amazed at some of the projects that the different unions, the different chapters of Ekinrin-Ade Community Development Association have executed. Like the Lagos chapter now, they have a budget, they have projects that they've made up their minds that they are going to deliver this year, and they are focused on delivering it. It's the same thing with the UK chapter, the same thing with the Ilorin chapter. So all of those chapters is a form of competition between them that, look, let's see what the Lagos people, even in terms of the dressing to the ceremony, everyone wants to, come out in their best and all that. This is something that really brings the town together, and you see joy on every face. And long may this celebration last, because it's just for the good of all.